Hi everyone, and this is a way overdue video. Sorry about not getting the time to really sit down and have a quiet moment to just reach out and say, just give you some sort of testing or temperature as to how things are progressing with the class. So far, a lot of the exercises have been well done. You've seen that through my discussion posts. And great work by some of you. Some of you are still hesitant to do some experimentation. I understand that, thinking that you don't want to screw up anything or get low grades. But with experimentation comes more experience, and you want to at least consider experimenting, especially when you come to thinking about developing your schemas and your style sheets. So I want to have a laundry list of things to address. So let me get to that so that I don't rattle on for too long. So first of all, exercise 3. I still have some people who are late with exercise 3. I have reached out to you individually, asking you about that particular exercise, and this is an exercise that we are using. Also, we are building on this for exercise 4. This coming week, we're going to have quiz 4. That was, if you remember, that was delayed. So, and we're going to deal with quiz 4. So, those of you who have been overdue with exercise 3, please get that to me as soon as possible. I just want to, I want to make sure I have everybody's work in place so I could do some comparisons as to what are some of the sticking points for some of you. But the main reason for me reaching out this week is to talk about the final project. And as you see that what is due on Wednesday, I believe, what day is that? That is November the 2nd. As this is a group project, what this means that I am presuming for some of you who I've spoke to, some of you have already met with your group, some of you may have not. And that is a bit of concern for me. So if you have not met with your groups as yet, please do so as soon as possible. So I have scaled down the final project description to just be a submission through the discussion board. And what that will entail is sort of you getting together as a group and talking about it, identifying what site it is that you want to go about and re-engineer. And I know might be most likely the hardest part of this process, really coming to an agreement, or maybe not. I've had people who said, one person comes in and everyone agrees that they're going to work with that. But however you do it, make sure that everyone is in agreement and can work with that particular site and understand. Understand also that everyone in the group has different levels of coding ability. So you want to be aware of that. You want to at least help each other. But the end point is that an individual has to submit a XML document, an XML schema, and a style sheet. And also execute a transformation, which we're going to get to in the next coming weeks. So you choose a site that you're going to re-engineer. You state why it is you chose that site. What's the rationale behind that site? What made it your choice? And then you're going to give a very brief background. And I want to stress here, brief background. Not one sentence or two sentences, but not an entire, that's not going to be the majority of your deliverable. We just want to get a brief background on what the site is about and what's the service provide, if there's a service provide, or what it's the purpose of the site. And that's about it. If we want more context about the site, we provide a link, a hyperlink, so that you can go and we can actually check out the site and look at it at our leisure. But I don't want the bulk of this deliverable to be about the background. I've had that in previous classes, and I just want to stress that here. The other thing is you want to do a preliminary analysis. Just very preliminary. This is something that you want to talk about, what you're thinking about. My point of view is that we can maybe try to gets others people's point of view from other groups as to what they also see, add as to what they see, maybe some shortcomings of this of the particular site that you are going to be re-engineering with respect to the content. Then I want you to do some preliminary recommendations. Again, this is sort of just a stepping off point, the first step into thinking about what are some of the recommendations you want to consider as you go to building up the final deliverable. And if possible, if you have gotten that far, a preliminary schema. This is optional, but it would be nice to see that you're thinking about you're thinking about this at the micro level, and you can come up with at least a preliminary schema that you can also use to build on into the final project. So that's about sums it up. This can be submitted as a Word document, or it can be submitted as a web page. If you want to start building on a web page, you can go into WordPress if you want to. Remember earlier in the class we had done WordPress through cPanel if you want to do that. But the idea is that your final project will be on a web page. So you want to keep that in mind if you want to start working on this at this point in time. So what next? After you have submitted the preliminary project description, you would notice that in the assignment space there is a form for assessment. This is team assessment, where you assess your group, every group member, and what their contribution was. And this is very important because it actually contributes to the grade to the final project. So I would like also for you to fill out that after. So you'd be assessing each member and giving them a grade, and that would be taken seriously towards the grading of the project. So just to say, a group project would not be a overall group grade for everyone, but it would be an individual grade. So I just want to let you know that I take in consideration that if you are not participating in your group, therefore the consequences of not participating based on feedback from your group members would be a lower grade. Also, when you're doing your assessment, think about the group project, which was the USB flash drive catalog, which I had asked people to develop a schema. If that was not done as a group, please state that. I just want to know that that was meant to be a good activity to sort of get you warmed up for moving forward to the final group project. I'm not sure if that really played out as the way that it was intended. But if it did, state that. If it didn't, also state that. So that's about the sum up of what I wanted to talk about. Primarily the final project, and to get you all thinking about that. If there are any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm starting to prefer my email because I get to it right away. It comes to me. I don't have to be in front of my computer. It comes to me via my phone. But if you're using the emails through Blackboard and I haven't been responding to them as quickly, also feel free to send me an update or a notification or a reminder that I need to check that. Sometimes I forget when I go online. What next? Let's see. There's one more thing. Oh, just to let you know that all the quizzes and all the exercises have now been made available. So if you, for any reason, wants to go ahead and work in advance, please feel free to do so. So this is just a quick video to just get you thinking about the final project. And again, those of you who have not done exercise 3 yet, please get that out as soon as possible. Okay then, bye for now.